Today on ELN Morning.
Breaking overnight. Reports of gunshots fired outside the Chabad house.
Reaching new heights. Find out what's special about the Elon Police Department's newest promotion.
And opening the curtain. How a group of students aren't letting their major define their role.
Today, October 10th, 2019.
This is ELN Morning. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Gibson.
And I'm Baylor Rodman.
Breaking news overnight. Police say gunshots were fired on Truett Drive, damaging a vehicle during the Yom Kippur service at the Chabad house.
Our Jack Norcross is live outside with more. Jack?
Good morning, and Baylor and Amanda. That's right, we are live outside the Chabad house today, where last night students were gathering for Yom Kippur. This is the holiest holiday of the Jewish calendar, and they were breaking their 25-hour fast when they heard two gunshots ring out from inside the home. Now, we're told that people exited the home trying to figure out what happened, but they didn't see the damage to the car until they exited the event and they saw glass shattered of a vehicle. Now, Elon student Alex Herbst was nearby when the incident occurred and said he heard the gunshots ring out.
And I was getting into my car around 7:05, and in the distance coming from like towards the intramural fields, I just heard like a couple loud pops, and I was like, oh, it kind of sounds like a gun. But being around here, I've heard a bunch of stuff like that. I feel like I hear that stuff all the time, so I thought absolutely nothing of it.
While Herbst only heard the gunshots, he says he still feels some concern.
Worried, yes, but I've always been worried. You just got to be smart and hope you're not the person they're going after.
Police say they are still investigating this as all possible motives. And in an email to students, faculty, and staff last night, John Dooley said there is no indication of an ongoing threat to the university. I'm Jack Norcross, live outside the Chabad house this morning. ELN Morning.
Chabad Rabbi Mendy Minkowitz told us this morning he is glad nobody was hurt and is working closely with the police to investigate. If you have any information regarding this incident, call Elontown Police at 336-584-1301.
We will continue to follow this story as new information comes in. Be sure to stay up to date on our website, elonnewsnetwork.com. This week, fire stations across the country are celebrating Fire Prevention Week, and departments across Alamance County, like Elon Fire Rescue, are doing their part to educate communities and contribute to the campaign. This week, the few serving many at Elon Fire Department headed over to the new Elon Elementary School, where Captain Jacob Flint showed students how to call 911, use a smoke alarm, and organize home escape plans.
It was just an opportunity for the fire departments to go out into the schools and the public and teach about fire safety, things to do in case of fire, and who to call, how to call. We also touch on checking smoke alarm batteries, stop, drop, and roll. And in Elon, we go to the elementary school, and we reach about 850 kids. We go classroom to classroom and do a 15 to 20 minute presentation.
This year's campaign is Not Every Hero Wears a Cape. Plan and practice your escape. The campaign focuses on educating communities on the small but important safety actions citizens can take. Since 1922, the National Fire Protection Association has recognized Fire Prevention Week. President Calvin Coolidge declared the week a national observance in 1925, and it is now the longest-running public health tradition in the nation. This week, people of all ages learn how to stay safe, and firefighters take the initiative to test their senses. Elon Fire Station 8 sounded off an alarm at the old elementary school Tuesday and went inside blindfolded. This drill tested their ability to maneuver through the building to find the sounding alarm. The blindfolds forced them to use other senses because in emergency situations, some can be compromised. Captain Flint says education was the main goal this week, and he wishes the university took more time to go over the basics that he says students often overlook. Fire Prevention Week ends this Sunday, but it's not too late to brush up on these skills Flynn says some Elon students are lacking.
Change is happening in Elon in more ways than one. 2 Elon police officers are discovering new responsibilities after a historic promotion. Dietrich Graves and Kedrick King are the first African-American sergeants for the town. For Graves, it feels like destiny.
Sometimes you may run into some kids or adults that feel like maybe law enforcement isn't for a particular group of people, and now it's just saying, hey, you can do anything that you want to do.
Both Graves and King have been with Elon Police for a few years, but the new job comes with new responsibilities.
A lot of things that's going to be done, somebody's not going to agree with. But you have to be the person to stand behind them and say, okay, well, this is why we're doing it. This is how we're going to do it, and let's do it together.
To hear more about King and Graves' path to becoming sergeants, visit elonnewsnetwork.com.
And now an update on our story about the possibility of a train stop in downtown Elon. Assistant Professor of Philosophy Lauren Gilmet says the decision to build the train stop will depend on whether or not students care. A member of the Philosophers Club already do. Student leaders of the club say bringing a train stop to campus will give the community a sustainable way to burst the Elon bubble. They also want to free Elon students from car dependency. Senior Dan Sirocco is a member of Philosophers. Sirocco says he prefers taking the train over driving his car because it's safer, more cost efficient, and offers more opportunities to socialize.
We got special media tonight, so sound good?
Stuck with when you're commuting every day in a car, unless you're carpooling or something, which is better than going individually. But there's just this, I feel like it's just been lost, this sense of community,
The club recognizes bringing a train stop to Elon will not happen overnight, but Sirocco says he hopes he can do everything he can to help the committee while leaving his legacy at Elon.
If you're looking for ways to reduce household trash, stay with us after the break.
And stick around to see if these cloudy skies are here to stay.
This Elon senior created her own app to reduce food waste. Destiny Frett is live in studio to talk about her app, Food Companion. Thanks so much for joining us, Destiny.
Thanks for having me.
And so can you tell me why you wanted to create this app?
So I noticed that I personally would lose a lot of food just by having it and not being able to eat it in a sufficient amount of time, in addition to buying food that I already had at home. And I just felt like it was such a huge waste of food, given the world food hunger problems, in addition to the amount of impact that creating food and transporting food has on the environment. It's very detrimental. So I feel like this app would be the perfect solution.
All right, very good. Well, listen, I downloaded the app here. Super excited about it. Can you tell me a little bit about, can you walk me through just a little bit? What should I be looking for?
Yes, sure. So if you start by the grocery list.
Sure.
The grocery list allows you to keep track of your grocery list. So you can keep things in the fridge, the freezer, and the pantry. And it's just a general idea. And then once you've added that stuff, it goes into your pantry.
Oh, yes.
And I added those this
These are my exciting things I have in my pantry. Cheese, milk, and salami. So clearly I need to head to the store.
Well, we will definitely be using this. Yeah, we'll head to the store maybe later this afternoon. But thanks so much for joining us, Destiny.
Thank you.
And you can download Food Companion from the Apple App Store.
Sometimes students have to pick up their passions when they get to college, but this group of Elon students never gave up. Our Casey Fountain has more.
Renegade Productions is a student-led theater group dedicated to allowing students of all majors to participate in theater. Their first show, Songs for a New World, opens this weekend. Callie Cloherty is a sophomore musical theater major and president of Renegade Productions.
I thought that this is exactly what Elon needs right now, is that there are 90-something musical theater majors. Half of them aren't in shows the entire year. Might as well create more opportunities for other people and for non-majors who don't get to be in musicals or plays.
Director Jasmine Walters says during this production she learned valuable lessons from her peers every day.
We're all leaders, but we're all learning from each other, and I think that is the greatest lesson in student organized anything, is that no matter what, you're always going to be a student and you're always going to learn from your peers.
Songs for a New World features songs that were written separately and later compiled together to create a story. The songs are performed back to back, so the show has no dialogue.
There's something special about music. In a show, we sing because speaking the words isn't enough, and the emotion is so great that you have to use another medium to express it. And here it's music.
The cast has been rehearsing all week, and while the music is challenging, for Cara DiPietro, the process has been extremely rewarding.
Being able to stand on stage and sing music, sing some of the hardest music I've ever learned in my life, with the knowledge that we as a cast did that and taught it to ourselves, and that's something that we did, there's a lot of pride in that.
Casey Fountain, ELN Morning.
Renegades is performing songs from A New World Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. in Jaeger Reciter Hall. Anyone with a student ID can attend for free.
We have our Lauren Singles under the Oaks with the Phoenix 5-day forecast. Lauren?
Thanks, guys. I'm out here under the Oaks with your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Starting off with Friday, it'll be a high of 80 and a low of 56 with sun coming out later in the day. Saturday, partly cloudy, a high of 84 and a low of 56. Sunday, we'll see showers throughout the day with a high of 70 and a low of 60. And Monday and Tuesday, we'll see morning showers on both days with a highs in the mid-70s and lows in the 50s and 60s. That's all for the Phoenix 5-day forecast. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Lauren.
And after the break, we'll show you a tasty fall treat.
Well, it's finally fall, which means the leaves are changing, the air is cooling, and the acorns are falling off the trees.
And with this sweet recipe, they might just be falling into your mouth. Oh, that looks so good. That might be my after-school snack today.
Absolutely. Well, listen, that's all the news that we have for you today, but thanks so much for joining us.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on the air, visit our website at elonnewsnetwork.com.
On air, online, and in the stands, we are Elon News Network.
Have a great day, Elon.